So what is an ecosystem? According to a British ecologist, Sir Arthur George Statsley, in 1935, ecosystem refers to the natural system where living and non-living components constantly interact. An ecosystem consists of living organisms and their surrounding environment, forming an interconnectedness system. It includes biotic and abiotic components. So biotic components refers to living components of ecosystem. This includes producers, organisms that makes their own food, such as plants and algae. Consumers, organisms that eat other living things, such as animals or humans, for example. Decomposers, organisms that breaks down dead matter, such as bacteria and fungi. For example of this is worms. So in relation to biotic components, we have the food chain and food web. So both food chains and food web describe how energy flows through an ecosystem, but they differ in complexity manner. So food chain is a linear sequence that shows how energy is transferred from one organism to another. It follows a single path of energy flow. So for example of this is, we have a grass. So the grass is eaten by a grasshopper, then the grasshopper is eaten by a frog. Then the frog is eaten by a snake, and the snake is eaten by an eagle. So it shows how it matters in sizes, and it also shows how an ecosystem has its own predators and prey. So what is food web again? Food web is a network of interconnected food chain in an ecosystem. It shows multiple feeding relationships among organisms. For example, a rabbit may eat grass, but a hawk can eat both rabbit and snakes, creating a complex of web of interactions. So it also shows in human, whereas we can eat different kinds of living organisms. So humans is the highest predator. Abiotic refers to non-living elements of an ecosystem that influence the survival and activities of living organisms. The abiotic components. So these factors help shape the environment and determine which organisms can thrive in a particular ecosystem. So, these are the types of abiotic factors. Number 1, physical factors. So, this is kanang makita lang nimo siya sa environment. So, light for photosynthesis, temperature for metabolism and survival of all living organisms. Humidity for water availability. Topography includes landforms, and climate for weather patterns. So we have number 2, chemical factors. So first of it is water, which is vital for all biotic components. Oxygen for respiration. CO2 is used for plants for photosynthesis. Nutrients for growth. So these abiotic components interact with biotic factors to create a balanced and functional ecosystem.
All ecosystem, aquatic or terrestrial, consists of 3 basic components, which derives their input for the abiotic or physical environment. The 3 components are producer, the consumer, and abiotic, non-living thing material. The producer or autotrophs are the energy capturing base of the system. They are capable of fixing the energy from the sun and manufacture food from the simple organic and inorganic substances. The consumer or heterotrophs, on the other hand, utilize the food stored by autotrophs you arrange. Ecosystem consists of 3 main components: producer, autotrophs, consumers, heterotrophs, and abiotic non-living factors. Producer captures solar energy and make food simple substances. Consumers rely on the food produced by autotrophs for energy. And abiotic factors provide essential physical conditions for life in the ecosystem. The heterotrophic component is subdivided into 2 subsystems. there are the consumers and the decomposer. The consumers are either herbivores, plant eaters, carnivores, flesh eaters, or omnivores, plant-sate and animal eaters. Heterotrophs are divided into consumers and decomposer. Consumers include herbivores, carnivores, and omnivores, while decomposer like bacteria and fungi break down dead matter into organic substances. The ecosystem concept, part of ecology, helps explain relationship between organisms and their environment. The biosphere is the planet's entire living environment made up of biomass, large communities defined by dominant vegetation. For example, grassland, forest, desert, which contain ecosystem.
So there are different types of biomes. First is the tundra. The tundra is a cold, treeless biome found in Arctic regions. It has permafrost, low-growing vegetation like mosses and lichens, and support limited animal life due to extreme cold. Second is the taiga. The taiga or boreal forest is a cold biome dominated by coniferous trees found in northern regions. It has a long winters, short summers, and animal adapted to cold. Next is the temperate deciduous forest. This biome has four seasons and is dominated by broadleaf trees that shed leaves in autumn. It supports diverse wildlife and experiences moderate rainfall with warm summers and cold winters. Next is the tropical rainforest. Tropical rainforests are warm, wet biomes near the equator. They receive heavy rainfall year-round, support vast biodiversity, and have dense vegetation with layers like canopy, understory, and forest floor.
So another type of biomes are grassland, desert, freshwater, and marine. So let's first tackle about grassland. Grassland are areas dominated by grasses, with varying proportion of other herbaceous plants and sometimes shrubs or trees. They are also found in every continent except the Antarctica, and represent one of the largest biomes here on Earth. They covered a significant portion of the planet's land area. So natay duha ka klase sa grassland. First is the tropical grassland or ginatawag po nato nga savanna. This type of grassland found near the equator, characterized by the warm nga climate, tall grasses with scattered trees. And then, ang ikaduha nato nga type is the temperate grassland. Example ani is the prairies, have colder winters, shorter grasses, and are located in latitude region. So here are the example of tropical grassland. Example of temperate grassland. So let's now proceed with the other type of biome, which is the desert. So deserts are characterized by extremely low precipitation. So in this type of biome, wala kaayo water cycle nga mahitabo. Since there are no water to evaporate, ang process sa water cycle is maguba. But that doesn't mean na wala sila source of water. Since naay 25 centimeters or 10 inches of water nga makakuan sa ilaha annually. So there are also 5 types of desert. First is the subtropical desert, second is the coastal desert, rain shadow desert, interior desert, and polar desert. Biome is freshwater. It is defined by its low salt concentration, typically 1% lang. But also, it is very essential for human consumption, agriculture, and the survival of many ecosystems. Ang major sources aning freshwater is the rivers, lakes, glaciers, and groundwater. However, freshwater is a finite source, and its availability is threatened by pollution, over-extraction, and climate change. So for our last type of biome is the marine environments or the ocean vastness.
So marine environments encompasses all aspects of the oceans and seas, including the water itself, the organisms that inhabit it, and the physical feature like coastline and coral reef. Marine life is incredibly diverse and play a crucial role in regulating the Earth's climate and providing essential sources for human. However, marine ecosystems face significant threats from pollution, overfishing, and climate change.
So, for the conclusion, ang ecosystem kay complex o interconnected systems where ang living organisms ug ang non-living nga mga elements kay nag-work together para ma-sustain ang life. So, naatay biotic components. So, biotic means in other terms kay mga living nga mga elements. So, kini nag-include such as ang producers, consumers, and decomposers. And nag-release sila sa abiotic nga factors or which is the non-living nga factors such as kaning sunlight, water, temperature, and nutrients para maka-function effectively. So, kaning nga mga delicate balance nag-ensure para continuous ang flow sa energy and the recycling of essential nutrients which are importante para sa survival sa tanang life form. So, kining each ecosystem, whether ma-terrestrial man or ma-aquatic, kay naay unique nga mga characteristic that support different nga mga forms sa life. So, naatay gitawag nga biome. So, example ani kay tundras, rainforest, and kining grassland nga nag-showcase sa different natures nga diversity. While naasad tay gitawag nga aquatic nga ecosystem such as freshwater, lakes, and marine nga mga environment. So, kini nag-serve as kining vital nga habitat for mga countless nga mga species. So, kini nga ecosystem is not only nag-support sa ato ang biodiversity but also nag-provide kini og kanang crucial nga services including air and kanang water nga purification, climate regulation, o most especially ang food production. So, however, kani nga ecosystem today is nag-atubang o daghan nga mga challenges due to mga human nga mga activities such as kining deforestation, mga pollution, mga habitat destruction, and climate change. So, kani nga mga threats nag-disrupt sa balance sa ato ang nature o nag-endanger sa mga klase-klaseng mga species, including naani kay ang kita mismo, mga humans, nga nag-depend sa ani nga system for ato ang survival. So, kini is crucial para ma-recognize nato nga ang health sa ato ang environment kay directly nga maka-impact sa ato ang own nga well-being. So, para maprotektahan o ma-preserve ni nga ecosystem, we need nga dapat we have sustainable nga mga practices nga ato ang i-adapt o mag-conserve sa ato ang mga resources o most especially is kana yung environmental nga education para ma-ensure ang stability and resilience of this natural nga ecosystem. So, by understanding how ecosystems function and recognizing their significance, we can foster a greater sense of responsibility and commitment to safeguarding our environment para sa ato ang future.